love being on Hobby Hotline on a regular basis because I enjoy connecting with members of the hobby community, discussing issues and topics they think are important that I think are very interesting as well.
Because it's a community show. It's made up of almost 20 hosts and co-hosts. We're all in this fraternity together, and Hobby Hotline is the perfect representation of that.
I am really excited about this merger with 4 Collectors.
And we just want to welcome the Hobby Hotline team here. We hope to be able to add to that team, and we just want to continue that tradition.
It is the greatest hobby of all time.
Hello, collectors. Welcome back to 4 Collectors, a channel for collectors like you. I am John, your host today, the 3D80s Kid, for another episode of 5 cards every collector should own. This is episode 10 in the series, and I have got 3 more great volunteers who have decided to join me on screen. So let's stick around and check this out.
Welcome to 4 Collectors.
All right, we're back again for another great episode of 5 cards every collector should own. And I have been so overjoyed of the acceptance of this series, trying to bring anyone who is willing to show onto this screen to show cards that you love. And that could easily be you. All you need to do is write an email to 4collectors@yahoo.com. That is spelled out FOUR collectors@yahoo.com. And it is very helpful if you give me your cell phone number so I can contact you more easily to set up a future recording session. And what we're doing here today is, if you haven't seen this, there's a lot of good episodes to watch still in the queue. But if you haven't seen this, I brought on 3 guests. They are all going to show 5 cards that they believe are worthy of everyone owning. And the first 4 of these cards are required to be valued at around $100 or less. With then the 5th card can be any budget limit, as in this is a card worth saving up for. And I've got 3 great volunteers now to kick things off on this program. I have got Kevin Jones. Welcome, Kevin.
How you doing, everybody? It's great to be here, and thanks for having me on, John, being a part of this. Looking forward to having some fun tonight.
Oh, it's great to have you. Welcome to 4 Collectors. Kevin has a channel, as do all 3 of my guests today. Those links will be down below. Please give them support and subscribe. Next up, I have got Peter B. Welcome to 4 Collectors.
Thank you, John. And first of all, thank you for all you do for the hobby. Really, really keep things rolling and exciting.
Well, thank you. I feel like it is a gift that is giving so much to me, and I am excited to give back. So,
well, you do give a lot back.
Well, thank you. But last but not least, we have got Matt at Straight Race Cards. Welcome to 4 Collectors.
Thanks, John. I am. It's a privilege to be here. I love the 4 Collectors channel. It's been y'all put out some amazing content, and it has been really fun to watch. And now it's great to be a part of it. So thanks for having me.
Well, welcome, and thank you for the kind words. With that, let's get started on the first card. And all these guys have a channel. So, even before your first card, why don't you tell a little bit about your channel? So let's start with Mr. Jones here.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again. It's Kevin Jones, Kevbo Jones. I have a channel, The Wonderful World of Baseball Cards. I started it back in mid-2019. I've slowed down on the content quite a bit over the last year or two. Have been doing more shorts and things like that. But it still is a lot of fun. My content is mostly just kind of pickups and kind of looking at my collection. So not really getting into like the daily kind of hobby talk and things like that. It's more collection focused, collector based. And then I always just recommend to check out my shorts. But I guess the first card, if we're rolling right into this, I kind of did 5 little themes that I feel like all of us collectors maybe fall into, whether you're new to the hobby or old to the hobby or somewhere in between. But the first card that I'm going to show tonight is one of those that I think everybody needs or has, and that is a quote unquote well-loved vintage card. This one's funny because I picked this up when I was probably about 12 years old at a card show back in the late 80s, I guess. And I call this my $5 Mickey Mantle card because I got this out of a binder for $5, and it's truly well loved. But this is a 1964 Topps Mickey Mantle. It's pretty well loved. It's great. This has always been in my collection. This is one of those cards I'll never part with. You can see it's really good rounded corners. It looks like somebody took like a compass along the front of it. But when I was a kid and I got this for $5, I just thought it was so great. And I think everybody's got a well-loved card in their collection, or will have a well-loved card in their collection someday. I was surprised. I was thinking these were going to be more in the maybe $40 range, for a mantle in this condition. But I was surprised to see that they're still pushing maybe that $75 range. So it kind of surprised me for a mantle even in this condition. But still, everybody needs to have a good, well-loved vintage card in their collection, and particularly if it's an all-time player. So that's number 1 for me.
Great card. I mean, a childhood mantle. That's awesome. So
yeah, I could still see it clear as day pulling it out of the binder, and like I said, my $5 Mickey Mantle card. So yeah.
And as far as mantle prices, I think that 52 Tide rises all tides. So with regard to that guy, so
yeah.
So yeah, great starter there. Peter, first a little about your channel and.
Well, Kevin, that's $5 well spent.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Totally.
All right, I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit. I got permission from John, Matt, and Kevin. I'm going to show 5 categories that should be in everyone's collection. And I'm going to do 2 cards to represent the category. I'm going to go from my newest card, and my 5th category, my oldest card. So first category is something John and I agree on, that we don't give any premium to what it is. Matter of fact, I prefer not to collect this category, which makes me totally different from the rest of you guys out there. And that's rookie cards. And this is the 1989 Ken Griffey rookie card. Really changed the hobby history into premium cards. From this point on, everyone got better card stock, better prints, and really made nicer cards that just led up to what you see today. I checked this morning all the price on eBay, and you can go right now get an SCG8 for $99. And then when you're talking rookie cards, you have to talk about this one, the 1984 Donruss Don Mattingly. I mean, I was collecting when the big rookie trays started, and Beckett magazine would put the little RC. And this is the one that started it off. So if you want to get a card that symbolizes the rookie card craze, this is the one. And you can go to eBay right now for $50.
Nice picks there.
I'm not pitching eBay.
Classic. Yeah, that Mattingly. I look at that, and the Canseco from '86 too is another one that's one of those just big, the 86 Donruss Canseco. Yeah.
For me, you can, there's definitely cards where I feel like a vast majority of people can just immediately think of in their head, and that Griffey would be one of them for sure.
It's really a card that should be in your collection. No matter what condition it's in, it should be in someone's collection.
I've actually owned neither of those cards ever, but
wow.
Because 89 Upper Deck was $1 a pack. Jeez, $1?
Yeah.
And you get tops for 45 cents.
Yeah.
So,
well, I remember with 89 Upper Deck, the real chase was the Murphy reverse negative initially. The big error with that, which is a card I had that I wish I would have hung on to. But yeah, that was the big chase with 89 Upper Deck, were those Murphy negatives. Yeah, which was big.
Yeah. Just bought that one recently.
Oh, there you
nice.
Go.
Very nice.
Because, I was a Murphy collector, and that's the card I couldn't afford as a kid because it shot up so high. But it shot up more than his rookie card. But all right.
The 80s stuff is so great.
Yeah. All right, Matt, you're up.
Yeah. Matt Straight Race Cards here. And I just started a channel in, I think, February or March of this year. And, my focus is, I've got a passion for vintage baseball cards and then vintage track and field cards. That's part of my story. And so with that, I love sharing just my own collecting journey and the ups and downs on that. And really part of my passion is really finding meaning in the cards that I collect, and collecting things that point to higher truths and being able to kind of pull those out of each purchase. And so it's been fun to do that and share that with the community. So really grateful the way this just whole YouTube community has embraced the start of my channel. And so I'm grateful for everyone that's watched and followed along. So it's been really fun. So my first card, I've really got 5 kind of unique cards that I think are almost, you call them type cards, that I think everyone needs to have. And I actually covered, several different sports here. But the first one I want to show is a 1934-36 Diamond Stars Ted Lyons. It's a beautiful card. My camera doesn't do it justice because the colors on these cards are, I'll keep it up here. The colors are amazing. And, Ted Lyons, to me, there's a lot of connection because Ted actually is a dual sport athlete who ran track and played baseball at my alma mater, Baylor University. And so for me, being able to I'm a fellow Baylor track and field alum. So I have a Hall of Fame baseball player who also ran track as well. It's a great card, but I think anyone should own a Diamond Stars card because of the artwork, and they're just simply amazing cards. So love the connection with Ted Lyons, and I love the Diamond Stars set.
Beautiful set.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I totally love that Diamond Stars, that kind of Art Deco vibe to them, and the colors, and I feel like it is a little overlooked set. It doesn't have a lot of the big stars of the era in it, which is I think why it's overlooked. Like the big Hall of Famers, but it's just such a gorgeous set, and there's like some seriously weird, like kind of trippy artwork in it. It's so cool. Yeah,
and it's honestly, then that was one of the reasons why I was drawn to it, because there's not as much firepower. You've got Greenberg and Grove and a few other big cards in there, but you don't have a lot of the key. Right, exactly. But it's very affordable. I mean, I got this Lions I picked up for, I think it was either $30 or $35 raw. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. Graded it, got a 3. I think graded it probably moves closer to that $100 mark, but very affordable. And so I think everyone should definitely take a look at either a common and just pick their favorite artwork out from the set, or you can find some very affordable Hall of Famers.
Speaking of the artwork, there are a few commons in that set that are just funny looking.
Yeah, there are.
The silly, honestly. I'm thinking of this one that's a Phillies guy where I think he's guarding first base, and he's just got this massive smile at the camera that doesn't look right for him actively playing. I mean, it's a cool looking card, but it's just ends up silly.
Trippy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there definitely are some unique ones. And it's always that kind of multicolored layers. I know Lloyd Wayner has a cool card where I think there's like 3 or 4 colors, and it's really unique. So I love it.
All right, great pick. Let's bring me onto the screen there. So once again, I'm keeping it interesting for myself with my 10th run of 5 cards here. I'm going to the theme of somewhat overshadowed players is what I'll term it as. So like Peter mentioned, I'm going to go backwards in time. So this will be my newest card here. And I'm going to start out with a card that is actually a childhood original owned card that I got graded and shockingly even still got a 9. It is from 83 Donruss. Because I was so fastidious with my cards as a kid, I treated them like just gems, even though I just had them raw. There was no sleeves, there was no card savers. I just was careful with them. And I'm going to start out here with Paul Molitor as being overshadowed by Robin Yount, who won a couple MVPs, and Paul Molitor is 3,314 hits, still over 300 average. And even then, when he went on to the Blue Jays in '93, they won the World Series. Everybody remembers Joe Carter hitting a home run. Do they remember who won World Series MVP? Probably not. It was Paul Molitor, because everybody remembers that Joe Carter home run. So basically overshadowed wherever he went and was just a top tier performer. Mr. Paul Molitor with my 83 Donruss hair. So
what a great card. The Igniter, Paul Molitor. Growing up, I'm a Brewers fan and got to go to County Stadium, as a kid and see him and Yount play. And Molitor was like, my brother and I were just watching his highlights from that '93 postseason. Really, the whole postseason, he was tearing the cover off the ball.
Oh yeah,
and it's just great to see like some vintage, like mid '80s, like Donruss, Molitor, Slavage. I love it. What a great card. Yeah, the Igniter.
Well, that is part of my whole thing of not doing rookie cards like Peter had mentioned. As a matter of fact, coincidence has it that it will probably air the day before this actually airs. I recorded my last major thesis of why I don't collect rookie cards, going through my whole vintage collection just earlier today on my lunch break. So,
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right. We are on to card number 2 for Kevin.
All right. So this is, so you'll kind of see through the cards that I show that I'm all over the place. I don't really have a focus per se in what I collect. I just, if it looks cool or speaks to me, I like to get it. I also like to look for things that kind of correlate to other aspects of my life, hobbies or interests. And there's always seems to be cards out there, whether it be any kind of entertainment or other sports or acting or music, whatever it might be. So like when I saw these back in, when I came back to collecting, I just thought these were the coolest things ever. And this card in particular, I just absolutely love because it just really captures a huge part of who I am outside of a collector. And that is being a Deadhead. I'm a huge fan of the Grateful Dead. And so I wanted to feature this 1991 Rock Cards Brockham. It's like a little subset in that of Grateful Dead. They were probably seeded maybe 2 or 3 per box, so they're a little short printed. They still made a ton of them, but this is for their tour that they did in Europe in 1990. The artwork is just fantastic. It's part of what became that Without a Net album, which was a live record of theirs. And I have the Jerry Garcia as well, but this one I just feel like really is just super, just sums up a huge part of who I am. And so I thought I'd share this. Like, every collector should find things outside of the sports world, because there's usually a card somewhere. Somehow it was between this and the Howard Hughes Churchman's that I was going to feature tonight. So, 1991 Rock Cards, Brockham, Grateful Dead, Europe 1990. You can grab this probably for $50 or less, maybe higher. I saw one sold a little higher. That was probably because of the big thing that they just did at the beginning of the month out in San Francisco, the 60th anniversary celebration. But these Dead cards are just fantastic. So find something as a collector that speaks to you outside of sports, because there's usually something out there. You just gotta put the name in and PSA or SGC behind it. You'll be amazed at what pops up. So, yep.
Nice. I mean, outside of a few iconic non-sport things, I mean, so much of that genre is just cheap. So,
yeah, totally.
I mean, it's an easy little side route to go that, you know, doesn't take too much of your budget away. So, yeah.
I mean, even like those Beatles cards from the 60s are cheap, you know? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those ones behind me are.
Yeah.
I have the 1 through 4 Meet the Beatles set, the Beatles color. So, yeah. Good card there. Peter, you're up for number 2.
Okay, I'm going to cross the border into vintage and go into the 1970s. I'm going to show 2 cards from very, very popular top sets from the 70s. And many people like 1975 the best. And you could pick up a lot of nice cards, Hall of Famers for under $100, but there's a 1975 card that is unique. You're never, ever going to see this on another card prior or in the future. And that's the 1975 Herb Washington card. And the reason this is so unique, his position is pinch runner. That's all he did. Someone got on base, they take that batter out of the game, and he pinch run and try to steal a base. So it's from the wonderful 1975 set. Very, very unique card. You'll never, ever see that position again. And the other, my favorite 1970 card is 1971. And that, of course, is Thurman Munson. 71 is the first year that Topps started doing action photos on the cards. A lot of them were a miss, but this one was a hit. This one is a fabulous photo. The Herb Washington's around $60, only because it's a 6. You get lower or raw, and it's like 20. And the Thurman Munson is for a 3. You can get it for 35. This happens to be an OPG. I couldn't find a price today for an OPG, so the Topps is well under $100, $35. So 2 iconic sets and 2 iconic cards.
Yeah, I think awesome. Generally OPGs are about 50% higher, something like that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that Herb Washington story. That is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, when the Oakland A's were winning all the World Series, and they had that owner, Charles Finley, he would do crazy stuff. He was a track star, never played baseball. He hired him just to run.
My kind of guy. I love it.
I first heard of that one from Mr. Keating. He was a fan of that card as well. John Keating. So, nice one. All right, Matt, you're up.
All right. I am going to show a really unique card that I have fallen more and more in love with. as I've had it. And the reason why I really love this is, well, A, because it's so unique, but B, it's an oversized card. This is a 1936 Moulin Franc Olympic card of the boys in the boat rowing team that won the gold medal in the 1936 rowing Olympics. And I'm going to keep that card up. And I just love this card. They just recently came out with the movie Boys in the Boat, or in the book as well. I don't know if anyone has read that, but these colors on these Moulin Francs are amazing. I actually picked up a complete set from Germany, but it's just amazing. My camera really doesn't do it justice. It shows the Moulin Franc on the back, but really the story behind the rowing team is just so amazing. These guys were basically, just really hard workers that, nearly homeless, and just worked their way into getting on in the boat, and then eventually worked their way to winning a gold medal in the Olympics. So their story is amazing. And it's just, when I see that card, I'm reminded of their hard work and determination. And it's just an amazing, that whole set is amazing. Everyone thinks of Jesse Owens, but everyone forgets about the incredible story of that rowing team. And so I think anyone should think about owning a piece of history like that. And for me, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I think I was able to get this for just under $100 at $90. You can get raw copies for a little bit cheaper. That whole set just has some amazing colors, so it's a really cool one.
Nice card, Matt. Did you read the book?
Definitely love the book.
Yeah, I love the book. I like the book better than the movie, but
I agree.
That's a great card.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, nice pick.
So many cool cards that fly under the radar. It's just so cool.
Yeah, that's why we have YouTube to learn all about all these cards and then make our wallets much lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My next one, we're going into the 60s now with a pitcher who was overshadowed by the left arm of God. He was a fireballing right-hander, right up there, intimidator, right on par with Bob Gibson. He would really throw on that inside part of the plate and back people away. It's Mr. Don Drysdale with my favorite looking card of his from 1967.
Yeah, he was overshadowed.
Absolutely, because his cards are worth almost nothing compared to Koufax. So
I love the look on his face there.
he does have a determined look there. And, he still finished with a sub-3 ERA. Win-loss record was a bigger deal then, which, statistically, he comes up good with modern a look at pitching, even stronger than, he was at the time. But, great pitcher. And this is just a really nice looking card here. And this Don card actually was owned by Don Field of Dreams previously.
Nice.
So
Nice.
bought it from him when he was trimming down his collection. So
yeah, I mean, you think about those arms in the National League in the 60s. I mean, you got Koufax and Drysdale, Marichal, who all-timer, Bob Gibson. And then you got another guy who probably, had he pitched in a different era and didn't have to go against all those guys multiple times a year, and Jim Maloney with the Reds, another just strikeout machine, fireballer back in the day. Those guys in the National League pitching in the 60s was just wild.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, there wasn't enough Cy Youngs to go around for the guys that deserved it. But all right. Kevin, up next with card number 3.
All right, here's this one's kind of funny. It's a football card, but it's more under the topic of having a card or getting a card graded that you really have no business like getting graded or even having it in like a slab per se. But I submitted this. I was going through my binder, and I saw this card, and I was just like, this would look great in a PSA slab. And it's just so great. And it's, it's from my favorite team, but it really has no business being in a slab. And I think it's a Pop 1, which that doesn't mean anything to me, but it's a 2000 Stadium Club Antonio Freeman. And you see he's doing the Lambeau leap, and just all the fans around him. I mean, it looks like it's an October day at Lambeau. I grew up in Green Bay, so this card has like a lot of significance to me. But when I saw this card in my Packers team set binder, I was like, I need to put this in a slab. So, 2000 Stadium Club Antonio Freeman, Packers legend in my book. But I just love it with all the faces in the crowd and the Lambeau leap and just the whole thing. It really captures a spirit. So, yes, and this, probably $15, $20, probably. I'd never sell it, but yeah, I love it.
Oh, it's totally fine. I've got a handful of cards that are the slabbing costs more than they would sell for in a slab. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a great category. Everyone needs to have cards that only they enjoy but are great like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, great picture on that one.
That was a pandemic submission, so I helped to the backlog back in 2020.
Keep PSA running slowly, huh?
I kept that train running slowly, with the 2000 Stadium Club Antonio Freeman.
One of those cards has no business being graded.
Yeah.
Say the flippers.
So. That and Gavin Lux, right? No.
Yeah. All right, Peter, what's your next category then?
Okay, I'm going to go to the early 60s. And everyone wants Hall of Famers, which they should. And I'm going to go all the way to 1960. Beautiful card of a very underrated player, Frank Robinson. He was a tremendous player. He just doesn't get the love the card hobby gives out. And this is a 6, and at a 6, it would be $99. Get one lower, and of course the price would be much lower, but 1960, very nice set. And
look at the color on that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very, very nice color. And you can't get a Hank Aaron base card. I got a 1959. You can't get a Hank Aaron base card for under 100, but you can get the baseball thrill card about him hitting a home run in the World Series.
Yeah, it's a great subset.
Yeah, it's a good one. A lot of Hall of Famers in this subset. And this at 2.5 is only $40. And it's a nice looking 2.5.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
So you can get a 1959 Hank Aaron that's very nice looking for only $40.
Sweet. All right, cool picks there. All right, I am going a little earlier in the 60s, landing in 1961 with a second-year card of a guy who played in the Bay Area where I initially grew up. He happened to be playing alongside the guy I consider the greatest all-time, all-around player. So he gets got a bit overshadowed despite also being in the 500 home run club and just being a heck of a hitter. I'm coming in here with Willie McCovey in a 6th grade, is still with a second-year card, ends up being like $50 only.
Nice card.
Versus, 1 year earlier, his rookie in this grade is more like 300.
That's why we don't like rookies, John.
I love that card so much. That is one that's actually been on my radar for a super long time because I think it's a better looking card than his rookie.
It is.
By a factor of huge. And I just absolutely that gorgeous card. I mean, God, that looks Yeah.
Such a great image.
Oh yeah, and the rookie always looked weird to me, like almost like it's a painting instead of a photo. I mean, is it? I don't know, but the coloring on the rookie looks really weird. So yeah, I'll take this one all day.
Well, I will tell you that I love if they've got a floating head rookie, I love to find the second year for those guys. If they've got the floating head, I love the second years. Because the floating heads don't speak to me.
Yeah, I'd go with no combo rookie speaks to me.
Yeah.
Even so.
Did we forget Pete?
What's that?
Did we forget Pete in this round?
It was yeah, you forgot me.
It was
Matt, I'm sorry.
Matt.
No, you're good. We're
all right, we'll get that fixed right now.
Yeah.
But,
all good, no worries.
All right.
Matt, sorry, I called you Pete. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You can call me whatever you want, brother. All good. I'll respond to anything. So I'll gladly be called Pete. So on this next card, I think everyone needs to own a card that they have some, personal connection to, whether that's like someone where they're from or, so I'm going to show this 57 Topps Bobby Lane. And these 57 Topps, I mean, everyone knows 57 Topps football, but the colors are awesome. And I don't own any really vintage football, but one thing that I wanted to do was there's a few guys that actually went to my high school, Bobby Lane and Doak Walker. And so I wanted to get some cards of theirs and, kind of hometown connection. And I just saw the colors on this Bobby Lane, and I thought this was really the first place to start. And for me, I think I overpaid, and I paid probably 30 or 35 bucks for it. And you got a 5 and just beautiful colors. I mean, you can see just beautiful yellow and red. And this whole set has, there's some iconic rookies with I think, is it the Unitas that's the rookie and several others, but love that
Art Star, Paul Horning.
Star, yeah. So just a set loaded with firepower. But I think, as you can see with some of my selections, the colors really speak to me on some of these cards. But love having that one.
A beautiful card, and it's crazy how cheap the football Hall of Famers are outside of just a handful of icons.
For who Bobby Lane was as a football player, his card prices are criminal, I think. So
oh yeah, because he's just forgotten. They just don't celebrate the old timers in football the way they do in baseball. So
like my dad used to say about Bobby Lane, the only quarterback who played better hungover. Yeah.
Well, considering how hard they let all the defensive players hit quarterbacks, it might have been good to relieve pain relief.
Yeah. Well, I know. You think about those old timers from the 40s and 50s. those were World War II and Korea vets out there, like settling their scores out there on the field.
I wouldn't want to be a quarterback against those guys. That's for sure.
No.
Oh yeah. So. All right, great pick there. Now back to Kevin for your fourth.
Well, this one I had to go with like a kind of a ringer kind of card, and this is a modern, ultra modern, and everybody needs a cheap Ohtani rookie, just because it's Ohtani. And so I thought I would feature this one. I just think is a great stealth card that's super cheap, and it's the 2018 holiday Ohtani rookie. And it's a great. I prefer the images where he's hitting. So it's just a great image. I'm not even actually really familiar with this image. I don't know if this was maybe a short print from the set. From the base set, because sometimes they do that with the holiday. But yeah, this was a SGC 10 that you can get for $60, $70. If you shop around, even cheaper maybe. But it's just a great cheap Otani. Little predictable, but just kind of a card that flies under the radar that looks really nice. Yeah.
Great looking card. See, that's with so many options. I'm very curious to see what happens in 20 years of, like, does the hobby just choose one rookie that they care about? Do all of them retain value, or does just one? I mean, it's going to be weird. What's going to happen? I mean, not that we're caring about values on this show, but it's just a curiosity to me. But
I've never fully understood that.
It was, I bought that at a YouTube auction a couple of years ago, and I was like, gosh, for that price, it's a steal, and it was a good deal cheaper back when I bought it.
Yeah. All right. Peter, what's your next one?
Okay, moving into the mid and early 50s. You can't really get any decent card that's a Hall of Famer for under $100. But there's still a lot of decent cards out there. This is a 1957 Ted Kluwiski. And he was just by looking at him, he was a power slugger. And his claim to fame was his sleeveless shirts. He loved to wear these shirts. And this is a cool card that's showing him in his true environment. And then 1952, everyone should own at least one 1952, and that's beginning of Topps. And once again, you're not going to get a Hall of Famer, but you can get cool cards like this Gus Zernell.
I almost did the 52 Zernial for my well-loved vintage card. Yeah.
So this is 80 for 5 and 60 for 3.5. I mean, these are cool cards. Just look at them. Don't have to be Hall of Famers to be cool cards.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
The 57 Kluwiski is a top tier, one of the coolest Topps cards ever made.
Yeah.
They need to bring that back for the major leagues now. Someone get Cal Raleigh a sleeveless shirt.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's funny that you showed the Zernial because that is an absolute classic. But that 57 Kluwiski, much like that 61 McCovey, is another one that's just been quietly just on the radar. The 57 Duke Snyder, if you can find one that's got a really nice registration to it, is just an absolutely gorgeous card too. Just kind of off topic, but the 57 Duke Snyder is beautiful.
Do you remember why? I used to know, but I forget about the 5 balls. Did he hit 5 home runs in a short period or something?
I don't even know how they got him on there. That's what I've always wondered.
No, they nailed him. They nailed him on there.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually saw the original photo this card's made of. But it had something to do like he hit 5 home runs in a short period of time. So something like that.
You look at Zernial too. If you look, he was a pretty big slugger for a good 5 or 6 year stretch,
Yeah.
But, lost a lot of playing time because of being in the war.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
It was one of the first vintage cards I bought, honestly, because it's just cool. So,
It is.
Yeah.
The big clue.
Yeah, the moment I saw that card, I wanted one. So, yeah. But
love it.
Let's go back to Matt. So
All right. So I wanted to represent, I think everyone needs to own a vintage basketball card. And for me, I just love the images from the 48 Bowman set. And this is 1948 Bowman. This is Bob Davies. So this is a Hall of Fame rookie card for vintage basketball. And I was able to get this sliding right in at $100. And this is a 5, so you can get more affordable copies or a raw copy. And I just love the Bob Davies. For me, what speaks for Bob Davies, many people don't know kind of the backstory with Bob Davies, and there's a Hall of Fame coach, Coach Claire B. And Coach Claire B wrote a set of childhood sports books in the 50s called Chip Hilton. And what was cool, and so I grew up reading Chip Hilton as a kid, and Claire B actually modeled the main character after Bob Davies, because he called him the most all-around athlete he's ever seen. And he was a man of great integrity, and that's who B modeled his books after for the main character. And so that's a great example of vintage basketball, and I think everyone needs to own.
Dogs who get into the fridge.
Everyone needs to own a good
nice.
Vintage basketball player. So.
I also put the first child in the bottom.
Someone,
yeah.
Cheryl, we hear you.
There.
Sorry.
Sorry, my wife is talking.
Oh, you're great. Say that again, Kevin.
What team was he playing for?
Yeah, so this is the Rochester Royals.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's great. And you can
Beautiful
see
card.
the backs are pretty cool too. You can see it says Rochester Royals, played at Seton Hall. Really love these as well. We've grown to love. There's a lot of great. Obviously, the Mikan rookie is the key card in that set. But
well, I mean, that's the first mainstream basketball set, right? I mean, so essentially everyone is a rookie.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there's that set in 48, and then there's nothing until 61 Fleer. So yeah, it's, or no, wait, 57 tops and then 61 Fleer. Sorry,
that's right. You're good. I can't say I'm a vintage basketball expert, but it is great to I do want my collection to be represented by multiple sports. So yeah, I do. To your point, John, everyone needs to, I think, own a 48 Bowman basketball card.
Oh yeah, it's a great set. I mean, I kind of know the sets by the iconic one, so that would only fit for the 5th card to have obviously the Mikan in the 48, the Russell in the 57 set, and the Chamberlain in the 61 set. But yeah, that was an awesome looking card. All right, I'm gonna stay in the 60s with 1960 now, which. For me, when I first entered vintage, it was the first set I fell in love with and started to collect a bunch of Hall of Famers in 60. And this is a card I settled on, was my favorite of the set. For a while, I'd say it was even my favorite vintage card I owned. It's still, in my upper tier short list of favorite design cards. And this is a guy who was overshadowed by the legal home run king, Mr. Eddie Matthews.
Oh, yeah.
The first third baseman member of the 500 home run club. Finished, 512? Isn't that it? Yeah.
That's a nice looking card.
And yeah, I just love this one because many of the cards in this set were not done this well balanced, where you've got a hitting pose, a fielding pose to balance things out. It's too many of them. They didn't even ponder, I guess, how the appeal of the card is, and the two pictures are too similar in many cases. Like one notable one to me is the Duke Snyder card from this set. He's looking the same direction in both pictures, not at the camera for some reason. But this one is just glorious to me.
I love how authentic that shot is with kind of the two guys in the background. It's not like they're trying to like airbrush anything. It's just very like raw baseball photo, which is awesome.
Oh yeah. Just took the photo and went with it. So,
true 500 homer guy. Yeah.
Nicely designed set in 1960. So, all right, we are now at the point of the show where the constraints are removed. It can be as expensive as you want it to be because you think it is worth saving your money to purchase it. So, up first with that is going to be Kevin.
So this is interesting. I got this back in 2019 when I first got back into collecting. And I found it. The image was on. I got this from Anson Whaley from Pre-War Card Collector, and he uses this image on the banner of his website. And I just sent him an email asking, what is that card? And he responded back to me and told me what it was. I'm like, you wouldn't want to sell one of those, would you? Because there were none for sale. He's like, well, I hadn't really thought about it, but sure, I'll sell it to you. And it is this is my casket card, or one of them at least. But I just love this. And you look at how old this SGC flip is. This is 1888 Little Roadie cut plug, N557 International Sports, and this is for America. And I just saw this card, and I could not resist. It's a crown jewel of my collection, and look at the back; like it's just so cool.
Oh wow, that's awesome!
Right, smoke and chew Little Roadie cut plug, yeah. So I bought this from Anson. I paid at the time he sold it for $250. He said in all his time of pre-war card collecting that he's only come across 4 of them, 2 of which he's purchased, 1 of which he's sold to me. So it's just an amazingly just beautiful. To me, it sums up like 19th century America. And the card just spoke to me, and every collector needs a card that speaks to them. So I thought I would just share that.
Kevin, that card's on my want list, and I love the back just as much as the front.
Yeah. Are you familiar with that card? Have you seen that kind of?
I am.
Yeah.
Dan at Old Sarge Collects has a copy of that too.
Yeah. Very just amazing. Like that's like
an amazing
casket. Yeah.
Piece of history. That's what it feels like. So.
Yeah.
Great way to start the round here. So. All right, Peter.
Okay, now we're going up down my alley, tobacco cards. And T206s in particular. And if you have the money, go out and get a Tier 1 Hall of Famer, Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, Christy Mathewson, but you're going to be spending a lot of money. Just step down a tier. There's still very decent Hall of Famers. And here's one right here. Rube Waddell. Yeah. And notice it's an authentic. That does not bother me one bit. Matter of fact, it means I can buy this cheaper.
It's my favorite grade in pre-war.
Yeah. Don't worry about grades for old pre-war cards. They don't mean anything.
I mean, that image is unbelievable. That looks like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the colors are coming across, but it's a very colorful card.
Yeah, it's a great color on that.
I've got that one on my mantle. I love that. On my fireplace mantle. I love that card so much. Yeah.
And the
player even more.
Rube Waddell was a character. He was a very good pitcher, but he was a character.
Yes, that's putting it up lightly. He was nuts.
Yeah, he was nuts.
What a beautiful copy. God.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a great,
gorgeous.
Great
that's on my want list. So, great card. All right, Matt, you're up.
All right, so for my last one, I was debating on showing a M116 Eddie Collins with the blue background, but I'm going to hold off on that because I was thinking about, it's funny, Kevin, you said the term casket card. I hadn't thought about that, but this would definitely qualify in that category. And it's a card that, looking in the right place, you can actually get for $100. But for me, it's priceless because of just who this guy is. So this is the I think this is it 24? Yeah, 1924 Gallagher, Eric Little. And Eric Little is, famous for the movie Chariots of Fire and his story in winning the 400 meters in the 24 Olympics. And for me, that's actually why Straight Race Cards is named Straight Race Cards. It's after Eric's speech in the movie Chariots of Fire, where he talks about running the straight race. And so for me, this was a Grail card from day one. And just, I didn't think it existed because my goal was to find a playing days card of kind of the 4 main members of Chariots of Fire. And I didn't think a little card existed. But when I was looking at trading card database, I couldn't find anything. And I actually realized eventually, looking at Anson's website, Kevin, which is funny, that he actually did have a card. His name is actually spelled wrong, and it's misspelled Liddle instead of Liddell. And so I found it, was able to get this from a guy in Canada who gave it to me for a hop, skip, and a jump. I think you can get this card probably raw for $75. Graded, it probably goes, over $100. But for me, this is a card that will never leave the collection. It's represents who I want to be as a person, and I'm so grateful to own this. So I love this card. It's beautiful. You can see on the back, E.H. Little, and just, yeah, I absolutely love it. It just represents everything that I want to be as a person. So really grateful to own it.
So nice. Cool. Beautiful set.
Yeah, there's some really great cards. I own 2 or 3 of them. There's another guy from the movie, Harold Abrahams, has a card in this where he's long jumping, and it's really cool as well. And then a few others. So, and then there's also some other athletes of different sports as well. I know they've got some tennis and golf, and it's all the British champions. So it caters to a lot of different sports. So it's that Gallagher set's a really cool one.
And the moment you mention the movie name, the theme song starts playing in my head, and it hasn't stopped yet.
I know. I want to create like an intro for my movies and kind of have that going on in the beginning. I need to create that soon. So I love it.
You had it going through your head too, John?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Great pick. All right, for my final card, I am going with the greatest second fiddle of all time. A guy who was overshadowed by probably the biggest personality in the history of the game, and ended up being quite famous on his own, though, but still got overshadowed through the first half of his career. In New York, wearing pinstripes, and I have got a card of Mr. Lou Gehrig here.
Wow. Yeah.
And once again, authentic, because this one, please focus. There we
go.
You go. It has tape still on the top and bottom from it being affixed into a scrapbook, which makes it authentic. And this variety here with the authentic grade still ends up being like, this is a 1928 W502, which listed as a hand cut, but I don't believe it is. It is a blank back, but it really feels like it's the same printer as the F50 cards, the Yingling, Tharps, and all those, because I've never seen one that looks actually hand cut. They all look nicely machine cut like this one looks. So I don't believe hand cut is correct. But in terms of cost, they end up being about half the cost of getting like the 33 or 34 Gaudy cards of him, because this one set me back $1,800 ultimately. So, which
very nice
took
card.
a while to save up for, but
yeah,
I had to have a card of this guy. So.
And that's beautiful. I love that image, and it's a mesmerizing card. That's awesome.
Thank you. So, all right, that wraps up our card showing. So to send off things, last words for anybody. So Kevin, what's your last words to the folks at home?
Super fun seeing everybody's stuff, and it was nice. It was a little off the beaten path today, which always makes for a lot of fun. It was nice to meet you guys too.
Great to have you. There was some unique picks today, wasn't there? So, which is always fun. So, Peter, how about you?
I just got to do a shameless plug. Wearing my Scotch Reindeer Studio shirt.
Oh, yes. The official, unofficial supplier of T-shirts to the YouTube sports card community.
Yep. I really enjoyed getting to know you, Kevin and Matt. Like I said earlier, I was subscribed to Kevin's channel before, but now I'm a new subscriber to Matt's.
Great. All right. Matt, how about you?
Well, thank you, Peter. Yeah, it truly is a pleasure. I'm grateful to be a part of this. You guys have some clearly amazing collections, and I love the variety we got to see, learning new things like the 1975 pinch runner. So fun. So thank you guys for teaching me new things. Always grateful to learn. So really appreciate it.
Well, it's great to have you, all three of you. Thank you again for volunteering. Speaking of volunteering, you out there on the other side of the screen, send me an email, 4collectors@yahoo.com, and you can be on this side of the screen. You can show 5 cards that you love and tell us why. So as it stands right now, at this very moment, I only have queued up enough people for one more show. So let's keep this thing rolling. So send me an email, volunteer, and we'll set up a recording date in the future. But yes, thank you very much, Peter, Kevin, and Matt. Great to meet all of you. I always, it's one of the favorite parts for me is getting to meet all kinds of people in the community and, give everybody a chance to get a little more exposure, take advantage of our larger platform, get subscribed to these guys, give them some love. And everybody, we will see you next time on 4 Collectors. Bye for now.
Later, guys.
Love my hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards.
But hey, we want to keep the lights on here at 4 Collectors Studios, so hit the like button for us, guys.
So thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time on 4 Collectors.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the 4 Collectors channel if you haven't done so yet, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Clemente Collector has said we hit a grand slam, so that makes me feel good.